Guys, it's Universal 144. So it's been a while since I've made a post. I don't feel the urge to do them as often as I used to. So I think I've just been really busy, okay? I have been really busy, okay? Moving and all that. That was something else. So this is going to be a collective reading for what you should be aware of at this time for your highest good, okay? Okay, without even pulling cards right now, so somebody or a group in the collective are starting to experience this sort of guidance, and some of you, like, you might be confused about this, like, what is it, you know, this and that, like, holy crap, I was just asking that question mentally, and then all of a sudden I get the answer within, like, no time at all. That is actually telling you that you're connected to the source energy, which is, you know, higher self. It's higher consciousness, okay? So that's what it's telling you. It's like you're in the door type thing, okay? You're through the door when you start having those epiphanies. And it's not really like an it's like an answer. It's an actual guided answer to a thought form that you have. And let me be clear on this. If you have a thought form that is low vibrational, right, like fear mode or fear based, you're not going to be given guidance on that, because your higher self, okay, does not communicate in that fashion. It can't hear you ask a question, because the higher self is higher vibrational, okay, and so it only understands its own language. It's like if I were to go to a different country and I didn't know the language and try to talk to them, it would just be complete gibberish. Like, it's not that other people wouldn't want to help direct me, right? It's just that there's a language barrier, therefore there's nothing that will come of it, right? So it's basically knowing the language, I guess, is what my guides are trying to, yeah. So knowing the language of your higher self, of your guides, or just source energy, okay? So the language that you use when you communicate through thought, right? Or writing, any type of way that you communicate, right? The way the wording is very important. And also, when you're manifesting, I've talked about this so many times, but for those of you that are new to this, so when you ask for something, it's highly important for you to say it in a certain way, right? So the words no, the words don't, anything like that, that's gibberish, okay? It's like your higher ups, or whatever you guys believe in, your higher self doesn't understand that sort of language, okay? So I've explained this too a long time ago. I think it was like 3 years ago. I might link that post below if I can find it on my channel. So basically what I was saying is, when you're writing in your manifestation journal, whatever journal, right? Okay, and you are you're asking for something, right? Or you're wanting something to manifest in your life. When you say, for an example, please don't let me blah blah blah, okay, what is happening is the higher vibrational guide, or whatever energy you believe in, right, that you're trying to work with, okay, which is really just you, it's source energy, okay? There's no such thing as, like, nobody can do this. Like, as long as you're sovereign, and you can always manifest. We're all creating, right? So what happens when you say that type of wording, for an example, and this actually does happen, is the lower vibrational beings, right, or whatever you want to call them, entities, whatever, okay, then because you're at that frequency of language, will understand that and start creating it in your life. Okay? Because that's their language. That's not the language of yours, like your higher self, what you're intending. Okay? So to flip this here, if you were to say, instead of please don't let me blah blah blah, if you were to say this, I proclaim, or whatever powerful word you want to use, I don't really care, okay, just whatever resonates with you that's a really strong purpose, okay, I proclaim that I am now free from blah 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 blah. Totally different. You attract totally different energy, okay, and your mind is thinking totally different because you're not using this low vibrational language. And so you like train your mind to think and speak different. And so therefore, and also this will work in your day-to-day life. If you speak from a higher vibrational stance, or just have a higher vibrational communication style, when you're talking to coworkers or this and that, and you say, well, that wasn't okay, what you really could say is, well, hey, why'd that happen? Like, that's like totally different subject. I wouldn't even, like, whatever. Don't even get me going, okay? You could say, you know, that made me kind of think this or feel this. Whatever. I'm not going to be Dr. Phil here. Maybe the coworker situation is probably not the way to go right now. It's just the way you word things to people, okay? So, and we all know this, it's like, it's basic, right? But you're wording to people when you are trying to solve something with them, whether it be personal differences or come to a solution on a project. The way that you word things and the way other people hear them, right, because of your wording, it's huge, okay? So there's that. So that's I haven't even pulled cards yet. Okay, Three of Cups wants to come out. So Three of Cups isn't always about party, like, celebration stuff. Really what it is people emotionally, you know, coming together in a group and being emotionally open with each other, okay? That's really that's what Three of Cups really is in a high vibration. In a low vibration, a reader's going to tell you, oh, third party situation, ooh, somebody's like going out and partying, and like, so it's like, in my thought form, Three of Cups for this situation, right, is being emotionally open in a high vibration with others, right, including others in whatever high vibrational flow you're in, right? So in the beginning, here we go. In the beginning, it's all about this group of the collective are starting to experience guidance, and like, whoa, that's crazy. I think something and I get the answer through my environment, through another person, through like the most simplest thing, right? And so that's basically what that is. And you can take it further and just be mindful of the way that you state things, because that's through the doorway type stuff. And I don't like using the word I, but that just means collective, right? So there was a post done about you're through the door, you know, so you can go back to that and reference that, and that's what I mean. Three of Cups. Okay, so clarify. See? So Three of Cups is clarified by Wanderer 0 point, which is really the Fool in Tarot, okay? And so, and the Fool's journey is basically like not being oblivious, right, to pitfalls or anything like that, but just staying in the pathway that you really want to take, okay? If you are in lower vibrational energy and you take on the full energy, yeah, you make mistakes and this and that, but you always learn a lesson. That's the Fool's journey. They're always learning continuously in good ways for their higher self. And during that process of collaboration or being emotionally balanced, and I really feel like this Three of Cups is like the 3-6-9 triangle. So, and it depends on like what state of dimension you're in, right? So we have the triangle, right? So here's the base, and here's the top, okay? So you have third dimension, okay, right here on this side, and then you have the sixth dimension over here. You can get to that like super easy once you do the work, whatever, the awakening, the whatever you guys want to call it these days, soul death or whatever. Once you get through that stage, it's like your 6D consciousness, okay? Doesn't mean you're living in 6D, it just means that's your consciousness level. And then from there, you go to 9D consciousness, right? Just here, like holding it. But when they talk about 3D, 4D, 5D, that's actual energy. Like, that's actual, like, manifestation realm, okay? For here and now. But consciousness is unlimited. You can have, you can go all the way up to like 13th consciousness as far as I know. There could be way more than that. I don't know. But as a human here on the third rock from the freaking sun, that's all I know of, okay, that I've asked about. And you guys can do your own questions on that. You can get a pendulum. You can just, there's lots of ways to get answers. I'm not even going to get into that because I don't have time. So, yeah, experiencing guidance for the first time for some of you. Also, you might be a Ken 33, like me, okay? Or you could be a Ken 33 teaching people how to do this, okay? So look it up. Ken 33, Wolf 33 is like master teacher and this and that. So you're probably being called to help others. Like once you master it yourself, and it's really hard to, you get put through so much crap. But once you master it yourself, the experience of getting guidance, right, from source, right, for your highest good and the highest good of all, then the Kin 33 thing, right, or you could be a life path 33, once you accomplish that, you are to assist other people. So the way I chose to was this channel, okay, and writing, and my medical career. You're just energy anyway, you're just a conduit. 33 is super significant here. I really feel like somebody, we have three of cups and 33, yeah, it's like angelic guidance, okay? So this is another thing. When you have the urge to do something, right? Like, let's use an example. I have a craving. Let's say I have a craving for ice cream, okay? And I'm not, done up or anything like that. I probably need to shower or something like, whatever, okay? And I'm just like, screw, I'm just gonna go get ice cream, right? That's like, that, like, guidance, like, hey, I just need to go get, I don't care what I look like, who cares, right? Because when you care, then everybody else starts caring. But that's a different topic. So, and I go to get ice cream and I listen to it, right? I listen to that signal. That's like angelic guidance, because when I go to the ice cream shop, guess who I meet? Okay? It could be anybody in any situation you guys want to put there, but that person is going to help me in some way get over something, or be introduced into, like, it can happen that way when you get those like weird, I'm not telling everybody to go eat ice cream, this is just an example, okay? Also, like, when you're driving home and like you know you should probably go get gas, but you have enough to go to work the next day, and so you're just like, oh, I'm super tired from work, I don't really want to go to the gas station, I've dealt with enough people today, right? But that urge saying, even though I have enough for tomorrow, might as well just do it now. That urge, that's like angelic guidance. You go to the gas station, you run into an old friend or something that you guys lost contact with because nobody really uses Facebook anymore. Or social media, because people know it's, a little crazy. So there's that. Those are examples of this 33 experience, okay? And everything's a number, right? So we won't get into that. But yeah, that's you're experiencing like your own guidance, this group, okay? And it's pretty cool because, like I've said before, 0 point is the best point to be at harmonically, okay? Because it's like oneness, okay? It's like you can manifest, you can create whatever you want once you're there, because you're through the doorway. You've already been through the stuff. The only time that people go back from that is when you allow yourself to be programmed, reprogrammed, or around low vibrational situations and people, and you allow yourself to kind of like, okay, if you ever get around somebody and you were super happy before you were just around them, and then you're around them and you just kind of feel like, ugh, what happened to my good mood? That right there is experiencing guidance from your higher self, right? That comes through the body. Sometimes you'll get nauseous around people, right? And you just don't know, and you're just like, man, I got to get home. That's because that person is, leeching energy off, or it doesn't mean that they're intentionally doing it, right? It just doesn't. It just means they're not a harmonic match to you. And so if you stick around something that's not a harmonic match to you, you will eventually have to become matched if you choose to stay around that person, right? Or even location. I just moved, and geez, like the energy there is totally different. It's really awesome. And I didn't realize how unhappy I was at my last house. I didn't realize, because you stay in it for so long and you gotta be a match to it. But we chose, like we all choose to stay somewhere. And it doesn't matter if people are like, oh, I can't afford another place, or I don't want to move again, or this and that, this is right next to work, or blah, blah, blah. These are things that you need to think about. If you really are unhappy in a location, okay, that's telling you that grid line just doesn't work for you anymore, okay? All right, I think that's all I have, because I'm going to get into a rant if I pull any more cards. But I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys have a good June. And yeah, just play around with this, experiencing guidance. It's really awesome. Mindful of words, mindful of thought forms, mindful of where you're at and who you're around. And sometimes it can be a fluke. Sometimes you can just have this anxiety, because you're in a new environment. You don't know what to expect. But most of the anxiety is prior to going. Okay, so invites. Take invites. Like if you're like freaked out about, oh, what am I gonna wear, or you have this thought form that something bad's gonna happen if you go. No, you have control of your own life. Things don't happen to us, okay? They just don't. It's a thought form and an energy field that you're connected to a lower energy, and then it manifests, okay? So just keep your thoughts pure and high vibe. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.